स्ट्रक्चर बदलने पर क्या इम्पैक्ट आएगा, इस पर मैंने बात की कल बीएसई के एमडी और सीईओ सुंदर राममूर्ति से। एक बार उसका एक अंश सुनते हैं। Sir, what I want to understand is that has the impact been more pronounced in the bankex volumes? Because from what I understand, that was the one product where now you've moved to monthly and the liquidity all of a sudden has dried up there compared to bank nifty, where also volumes have come down but not as much as is the case with bankex.
It's a fair question that you are asking. BankeX, see, the entire derivative setup in BSE itself is a relatively new one.
Yes.
It is just 15 to 16 months old for Sensex and even much lesser for BankeX. So BankeX is a relatively new index, and whereas Bank Nifty is a very, very mature index with significantly huge levels of participation, and it started as a monthly contract, whereas BankeX started as a weekly contract. So we may not be able to expect the same type of impact in BankeX compared to what you are seeing in Bank Nifty. Indeed, BankeX volumes have drastically come down. We do see some activity in the monthly contract, but not the levels of activity which we were seeing week on week in respect of expiry in BankeX before.
So in that case, would it be fair to say that the BSE volumes would take a significant hit, and in that case, the earnings that BSE showed last quarter was perhaps the peak earnings, at least in the foreseeable future?
Generally, we don't give any futuristic numbers, but I'm not able to conclude it that way. The reason why we are not able to conclude it that way is the income earned is based on premium. The one part of the expenditure is based on notional, another is based on the number of contracts. If the quality of premium improves compared to the fall in notional, and also the fall in the number of contracts traded because the contract size is also going up, naturally then it will lead to an advantageous situation compared to a disadvantageous situation, because while the income will increase because of the premium quality becoming better, the cost will come down because of the notional and the number of contracts coming down. As you would recall, we have been working very heavily on getting traction in respect of next week and next to next week contracts, and also in monthly contracts of Sensex. And also we have been trying to, we have already decided to move the expiry to Tuesday instead of making it Friday.
Sure.
In Friday, Friday was the only date available, so we took. So naturally, since all the other 4 days were fully busy, the traction in respect of Sensex was more on expiry and expiry -1, leading to a slightly lesser quality of premium, which will get addressed. So at this point of time, because of fall in notional volumes, revenues, top line or bottom line would be a hit. Is too early to predict. We have to wait and watch for the full impact of all the 6 requirements coming into existence.
I get that point. Mr. Ramamurthy, that's an interesting point you're raising. And I remember asking this question to Mr. Ashish Chauhan. And that now that you move to monthly and the premium obviously is much higher in case of monthly expiry, does that in a way actually benefit you? And his reply was that if you shut down the say Colaba Cosby market or the linking road, it doesn't mean people will move to Gucci showrooms to buy the bags. So it will still impact the numbers. So that is where my question was coming from. That there is going to be a hit in terms of your profitability overall.
See, there is a difference which I always make as a mention. In respect of a matured exchange, it is a saturated growth growing above that. In respect of an exchange like BSE, it is still in a catch-up mode. The catch-up growth behavior sometimes is different compared to the saturated growth mode. I'm not indicating any specific thing here. I'm only simply making a point. Probably at this point of time, it is a bit early. We have to at least wait till April to see the impact.
Mr. Ramamurthy, I'm sure you would have heard the news overnight about some investors picking up stake in Metropolitan Stock Exchange of India. And the logic being given is that now there is space for another player because, the SEBI directive clearly says 1 expiry per week. It doesn't mean how many exchanges are there. So do you see that revival and perhaps the third exchange being there and offering another expiry, weekly expiry?
Yeah, I saw the news item. See, I've always been maintaining that India is a very large country and there is more room for more products. Now suddenly the number of products have come down. So one more product coming in is, I think from a market perspective, is good for them. I also saw that MSCI is the Metropolitan Exchange is trying to revive itself by issuing fresh shares, and more market participants are taking part of it. I think it's a healthy sign. One important thing always comes to me is success of a product lies in its utility and market awareness. So these two are very important constituents to make a product success. I'm sure the upcoming exchange will try to work on these 2 points so that India gets the benefit of one additional contract for them.